Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna go ahead and begin our session. So this morning, my name is Jeremy Brooks, and I'm the Senior Manager of Elementary Schools for Inspire NOLA Charter Schools. And today we're going to discuss a few helpful tips for parents on the best ways to support their child at home during virtual instruction. This session is geared towards families who have students in 3rd through 8th grade. We do have some additional sessions that take place for students who are in grades pre-K through 2nd, led by Miss Jessica Lewis. That next session will be held this afternoon at 4 p.m. today. And then we also have this similar session for the high school students and families that will be led by Dr. Wakwana Lewis, preceding this session here today, beginning at 11, and then also again at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So our session agenda, we'll go through the session norms. We'll discuss Inspire NOLA's vision and mission, a few tips for supporting virtual learning at home, and then some Inspire NOLA resources. So our meeting norms, we're just asking that participants, if you all can mute yourselves, we wanna make sure that the presenter is the only one speaking during this time. And then if you have any questions, we're gonna utilize the chat function. So you all will be able to utilize the chat function so that you all can ask your questions, and I will answer them at the conclusion of this session. If you have any specific questions that are geared towards your school, please, in the chat box, you can leave your email address or phone number in the school and I will get back to you, or you can email me at my email address that is here and then also at the end of our session, which is jeremy.brooks@inspirenolacharterschools.org. So the vision of Inspire NOLA, by the time all of our high school students graduate or all of our Inspire NOLA students graduate, 3 things should happen. They're either going to enroll in school, enlist in the military, or find employment post-graduation. The mission of Inspire NOLA is to transform and inspire an educational movement where everyone will fulfill one of those 3 E's: enrollment, enlistment, and employment, and become successful citizens in their community. If you all can remember, our core beliefs since the inception of Inspire NOLA Charter Schools has been dedication, aspiration, and inspiration. So our theme for this 2020 and 2021 school year is Defy the Odds. Why did we choose this theme? Well, we all know that we have COVID happening as a global pandemic across this world. We also have other obstacles across the city that hinder our students and our families. And so we just decided to create this theme, Defy the Odds, meaning that as long as we can fulfill the mission of Inspire NOLA Charter Schools, we can accomplish any obstacles that are set before us. And some of the goals that we have for this school year, of course, is to fulfill the emotional, social, and mental needs of our scholars and staff during COVID-19, as well as our parents. We know that this is a difficult time for everyone. This is something that we've never seen before or had experience in. So a lot of us are going through a lot of emotions, and we just want to make sure that we are safe, secure, and remain healthy during this difficult time. But we're also still focusing on academics, even though we're doing virtual instruction, to increase students' proficiencies in the 4 content areas: math, English, science, and social studies. So the at-home learning environment, we are going to look at 4 things: establishing a routine, make sure we have a safe space for our students. We want to make sure that you all are in constant communication with our schools and school leaders and following us through social media, and we'll utilize any available resources that we may have for you all. So just to brief you all quickly is that the 3rd through 8th grade school schedule is very similar. While they do have some breaks in between with electives or enrichment, they still follow the same school time. And that school time is from 8 to 12, which is our physical virtual instruction. And then from 1 to 3 is the individual work time, where students will be able to work on independent work. They'll be able to utilize IXL. They will also have time to work with the teachers in small groups if the teacher deems necessary. And then the teachers have office hours from 2 to 3. That is time for the students to ask questions, for those teachers need additional questions, or for you, the parents, to log on to see how can you support your child with academics. And so the login time for students is from 7:45 to 8 a.m., where teachers will be taking attendance. Virtual instruction begins promptly at 8 a.m. and ends at 12 p.m. The students will transition through their 3 blocks and see their content area teachers. And then from 12 to 1, that's when we'll have an opportunity to have a mental break and also lunch. If you all can remember that Inspire NOLA does have 3 lunch hubs, 1 on the West Bank and 2 on the East Bank. Wilson Charter Schools, McDonough 35, and Alice Hart. So the learning space for students. I know that at home we have a lot of distractions. We have TV, we have our pets, we have other siblings, but we want to make sure that our students have a quiet learning space just to limit distractions so that they can focus and be engaged with their teachers. Make sure your student or students have a table or desk to where they can place their technology, and also utilize that space to complete assignments. And then 2, in their learning space, we would like to ask you all to complete a daily or weekly agenda and post it in their learning space. So having their school schedule posted on the wall or next to them at the table. What assignments do they have to complete? You'll be able to find that information in the Google Classroom. And for parents, this is class, and so please do your best not to interrupt the teachers during live lessons in the background. Some parents are walking back and forth of the screen. It just causes a distraction for some of our other students and scholars. So please try your best to maybe sit on the side of your student. If you have a question, write that question down so that you can ask the teacher towards the end of the class or during those teachers' office hours between the times of 2 and 3 p.m. Any questions, you can send those questions or concerns. You can email your teachers. Your teachers have provided you all with the email address, or you may email the school leader or the grade level principals. And that information that I'll share later can be found on the school's website or Inspire NOLA Charter Schools website. Our virtual classroom is Google Classroom and the Google Meets. That is where our students will log in using the Google codes, which are comprised of lowercase letters and or numbers. They'll be able to log in. They have a Inspire NOLA Google account, which is their first last name at inspirethirschool.org. They're in that platform. Teachers will be posting class assignments, announcements, and then as well, they will use that platform, the students, for uploading assignments, and so that those assignments can be graded. Technology support. We do have a tech hotline for our parents. I know that some of us struggle with technology, such as myself, and so we do have a tech hotline. That tech hotline number is 504-500-8938. Its office hours is from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. However, we do have a tech support at the schools, so feel free to reach out to those individual people who can support you with technology. I do have that listed here, as well as your school leaders have sent that information out through school email and have posted on social media. You can also find this information on the Inspire NOLA Charter Schools website. So let's stay connected. One way that our parents can stay connected is through PowerSchool, the parent portal. You'll be able to access grades, view their report cards, know what courses your students is taking. You can track their performance and also check attendance, which is very important when it comes to our virtual instruction. So our teachers are taking attendance every morning and every day. For our 3rd through 8th grade students, they will be taking it during homeroom, but also our teachers are taking attendance in the additional classes as well. And so if our student is absent, we will call just to let you know that your student had not logged into the classroom so that they can get back logged in. But you'll be able to do those things through the PowerSchool portal. You should have received your PowerSchool information during orientation, or if you're a returning parent, it should remain the same. If you have additional questions or would like to get your PowerSchool information, you may contact your school. So please make sure you stay connected with us. Follow our district and school websites via social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. In PowerSchool, you can sign up to receive text alerts and email alerts, as many of our schools have been doing a lot of school messenger, just to make sure you all are abreast of the updates. And then also access to the parent portal through PowerSchool. We do have some additional trainings for parents for the remainder of the week leading into next week. These things are listed here. As I mentioned before, we do have this same session going on for our pre-K2 students happening this afternoon, as well as our high school students that is happening directly after this session, but again at 5 p.m. today. We also have some college and career readiness for our high school seniors. We also know that is very important for them. And then for students who need additional supports or receive accommodations, we do have supports for students with IEPs and IAPs happening tomorrow at 9 to 10 a.m. and also at 4 to 5 p.m. So as we close out, here are our helpful tips that we've discussed. Make sure you create a schedule and a routine for our students and make sure they stick with it. We want to make sure that they continue their routine as if they were in the physical building. Create a learning space for your child and limit the distractions. And parents, familiarize yourself with the technology that your child will be using. And so for our pre-K students, we know that they're using iPads. And for our 3rd through 8th grade students, they're using Chromebooks. And so please make sure you familiarize yourself with that type of technology. And if you need some additional support, to reach out to our tech hotline or call the schools. Also, make time for reading and math practice. This ties into our 2020-2021 school goals. We want to increase the proficiency in all of our content areas. And so when kids have that independent time from the 1 to 3, this is a great opportunity for them to practice reading, practice math in their classes, and utilizing those online platforms. And make sure that you all stay connected with us. Inspire NOLA is always posting on social media and providing updates on their website. I'll be happy to check the chat box to see if we have any questions. Please make sure that you all download our app for Inspire NOLA Charter Schools. If you have an iPhone, it's in the App Store, and if you have an Android, it's in the Google Play Store. This will allow you to keep up with all the information that Inspire NOLA has at your fingertips. So I appreciate you all taking the time to find some helpful tips for your students that are in 3rd through 8th grade. My name is Jeremy Brooks, Senior Manager of Elementary Schools for Inspire NOLA Charter Schools. And I hope you all have a great afternoon and morning.